Guys, what's up? It's Simon Creative Productions, and today I'm doing my Thor Ragnarok showcase. And so we have Thor himself in his gladiator costume, and Loki in his blue costume. So if you're wondering why I didn't do the other figures like maybe Valkyrie, Hela, or other like figures like Hulk maybe, it's because I wanted to start on my Justice League figures, so I didn't bother making too many Thor Ragnarok figures, but I did put a lot of time and effort into these two figures, but mainly Thor himself, as you can see. So anyway guys, I don't want to talk too long the first segment, so let's get to the start of the video. Okay guys, starting off with the main event, quote from the trailer, Thor. So this is my first Thor figure. Yes, so this is my first Thor figure that I have made in the whole of my customizing YouTube, and I think I did a pretty good job, knowing that I actually didn't spend a lot of time with him, a bit more than Loki probably, but I definitely did a better job than Loki. So I'll start off with the head. So I used the sleepy hairpiece or the spiky hairpiece, whatever you want to call it. So what I did was I just painted it a light brown, which I had to actually mix for that because I don't have the color. So yeah, I mixed for that, and I used the Obi-Wan head because I did not want to paint my own head because I wanted him to look decently good looking. So I did actually give him a face. So yeah, so moving down with the cape, this is so what I did was, this was a normal cape that I cut off down a bit to make it a bit shorter, and then I folded it in half to make it on one side, so then the other side can be blank, which is what the suit actually looks like. So this figure, going to the torso, I really do like his torso a lot. So of course he has those bolts that actually hold his cape, but of course they don't actually hold his cape, his head does. But in the show, in the movie, he does hold his cape. And then I did cut out a really thick piece of like fabric to make it as the little strap across his body. And yeah, and then I painted a few dots on there, and it looks pretty good. And I just painted a few details under it with silver. I was actually planning to go with black at the start, but I found out that black is not as seeable as silver. So on this angle, it actually looks pretty good. You can see the silver clearly. And so those red marks, some of you will be saying, oh yeah, you just simply drew red lines all over it, but if you actually look closely, those are actually, I tried to copy as much as I could from the symbols I saw on his suit, which is really hard because they're faded on his suit. But as you can see here, you can actually see some decent symbols from a few angles. So yeah, so moving down to his little waist like skirt, I guess. All I did was I cut out the same fabric as that, and then I cut it into the shape. So I cut out like triangles there and there, so then the cape can have so then the skirt can look like the show one. So I also painted a bit of those marks there. Those were kind of winged there. And moving to the legs, this padding is painted light blue, and I did paint the details on, so he actually does wear that when he fights. And then a few straps there with the normal color brown that I have. So yeah, and that turned out really good. And moving to the hands, I started off with this arm first. So this shoulder pad, I also did draw the symbols, and I did try to copy as much as I could, but they're probably wrong, I'm not sure. But light blue padding, and then I sculpted the pad, and then also these two straps on both sides. So yeah, and yeah, so, and my stand kind of stuffed up. So anyway, if I turn it around, I do not have any printing on the back because I did not have time, but I probably will add some more after Justice League, but for now I have to focus on Justice League, trying to get that out and finishing that. So yeah, and then his this pad doesn't have as much printing or any silver dots or anything like that, just the normal bare one because I couldn't find anything. But his arm, if you're wondering why it's that color, I actually tried to smooth some like some dirt or like, you know, black shading of pencils to make it have a dark shade on it, but it didn't really help a lot, I guess. So yeah, and I think that's basically it for the figure. If you're wondering why he doesn't have a helmet, it's probably because I did not buy any of the Thor Ragnarok sets. But yeah, so I just added him with this sleepy hairpiece. So yeah, anyway guys, moving on to Loki, I guess. Okay guys, moving on to Loki. So if you're wondering why is the face a bit like that, so I decided to paint my own face because I do not have a face of Loki. So I had to paint his face. There was no other way, so that's what I did. And I think one eye stuffed up when I was trying to sculpt this whole thing. So I actually sculpted this whole thing first, including the hairpiece. So the hairpiece is sculpted because I did not have a hairpiece. I did not have the correct hairpiece to put onto this figure. So I just decided to sculpt the whole thing, and I know it looks kind of bad because I did do it really quickly. Maybe it took me like 3 days to make all of that, including the painting process. So yeah, that's why it probably doesn't look that good. But I'll probably fix it up later on. It's just that I needed this showcase to come up today so I could keep working on my Justice League. But so moving on from that, this helmet was sculpted, so I used this material, not blue tack, but I forgot what it's called. It's like UHU or something. And what it is, it's a tougher material that I don't like using because it's quite hard to use for sculpting because it's not that sticky, and it usually ends up being really like tough, and so that makes it extremely hard to put on the face. So but it worked out in the end, and I sculpted his whole front part and his hair with it. And these shoulder pads are actually the same material as the mask. And so what I did was I actually put it on the cape and painted it black. So this cape was just a normal cape that I painted yellow on one side and blue on the other side, and I painted 3 yellow stripes down. So yeah, and I'll probably have to fix that the hairpiece behind because I think I got a bit of gold paint there. But yeah, so moving to the torso. The torso was I just painted it. I know I did the blue suit, and I think some of you would rather me make the green suit, which is his main suit, but I want to do something different from everyone else, so I also made him wear the armor that he has in like a few pictures. So his armor on his hands padded. I don't really want to move them, but I probably have to. So like it's quite hard to see underneath the cape, but I'll just try to move it, but it's pretty stiff. But I'll probably do that later. But I'll move on to the legs first. So as you can see, the boots, all I did was just paint 2 dots with a gray layer as the like shoelace, I guess. And I don't have any back printing, but the boots from behind as well. So yeah, and I'll just get back to so anyway, I did end up putting up the hands. So the hands on both sides with all the padding, I had to sculpt that with the same material as with the mask and the hair. So yeah, that turned out really good. I was really happy with the hands as well. And I didn't do any back printing, but I probably told you that already. So without further ado, I should probably get to the end of the video. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, make sure you hit a like button down in the description or wherever it is, and make sure you hit that like button, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So you don't miss out on any content. Make sure you hit the notifications button. And I know that these weren't the best paint job figures, but I promise you that Justice League will be much better, and that will be coming hopefully before November 19th, which is the release date of the Justice League movie. So anyway guys, I know that I haven't been putting backgrounds lately, but for Justice League I definitely will be, because printing like uses a lot of ink, and I actually don't have a proper printer that doesn't take a lot of money, so I usually like to print somewhere else, but I don't have too much access to it right now because of school and everything I have all going on right now, and it's tough. And for school I have a lot of things going on because, you know, more work since I'm going to older ages. So yeah, I'm focusing more on school than my figures. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. So I only have about less than an hour to work on each figure every day, or figures on every day, because I have work to do and I don't focus on my figures while I work. So okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and go check out some of my other videos, and keep up to date with my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye.